it winter?
Tiny snowball.
Yeah.
Tiny snowball.
Welcome to Hub City Homestead. I'm Ruth, and it is snowing. It's bright, isn't it? So, welcome to New Year, everybody. We have things that are happening this year. We're only about a month away from kidding season because I kidded earlier than I wanted to because we don't have any does and milk right now, and I need goat milk. So we're going to be having babies, we're going to be selling babies, we're going to be growing garden, we're going to be reducing the chicken flock. I've come to the conclusion that I need to look at harvesting chickens, culling my flock in the fall before winter comes, so that I'm not feeding so many chickens that aren't laying eggs for so long. So many things going on. We're going to be getting rid of one of our chicken coops over here and expanding the goat area. And that's another reason why we got to cull the chickens, is so that my chickens are down to where I can have them all in just one coop. And that should work out really good. My brother wants a chicken coop, so we'll be moving it over to his house. Wow, I'll take a look at my list and we'll keep going with this conversation, but we're excited for this new year and new things with the channel, and we're just excited to have you here as well. Okay, so some of these goals that we have for our year, I've talked about a little bit in the intro there. We are definitely going to go through our chickens. We do have some that are 3 years old, and usually after about 3 years, they slow down in their production anyway. And so we're going to go through, we're going to decide which ones we're keeping. We want to keep a lot of dual purpose birds that do better during the winter and lay during the winter. It's always going to be an issue with fewer eggs in the winter, just because it's cold and it's dark. So I've also got plans to work on preserving eggs for the season. So some of that will be collecting in August and September until they stop producing altogether in October, and making sure I mark the cartons so I know when to get them into the fridge and know when they need to be eaten out of the fridge, and then also using my being able to borrow my brother's freeze dryer and freeze drying eggs for those months that we don't have anything. It has made me nearly sick buying eggs because they are it's like $7.50 for an 18 count. I'm used, before we had chickens and had our own eggs, we were buying the 5 dozen, and I remember paying $7 for 5 dozen, and now depending on where you go, it's anywhere from $22 to $35 for 5 dozen eggs. So anyway, we are going to work on being more prepared this coming winter with our egg situation, and being able to have eggs throughout the whole year. It may mean that we have to buy a second refrigerator to be able to store some of that, and that's okay. If that's what we need to do, then that's what we need to do. We're also going to reduce the flock so that we can get rid of one of our big coops. I need more space for my goats. Chickens don't need as much space. I can make it so that the chickens can actually share the space with the goats, and that's worked great. I've loved that because the chickens will scratch through all the goat leavings, and it makes it so much easier to clean up the goat area. And so we are going to work on getting rid of one of the coops, the red coop, and we'll move it to my brother's house because they want to have some chickens that they can run out on their property and be able to have eggs of their own and that kind of thing. And so that'll be fun because we won't lose the coop completely, but we don't have to have it here because I don't have enough space anyway. So we're gonna move that over there, and then we'll have more space for these goats. Now, the other thing with having more space is building another better shelter. So, you guys remember this shelter that we built? I want to see if I can get some more pallets from our neighbors. And if they can get me enough pallets, then I'm going to build another 2 of these. One will build here, over here on this east side of our garage, and the other one will build up in the pasture where we summer the goats. And I think that'll work really, really great so that we can have a good shelter in both parts of the pasture, because there are 2 pastures up there that we can separate with a gate. And I want to be able to, I want our goats to be able to have really good shelter in both areas. We're going to have so many baby goats, you guys. We are about a month away from Lucy having her babies, and she is looking large and in charge. We'll take some videos here of her in the next week because we'll be moving her down closer to home to keep an eye on her. So we'll have her babies, and then within a couple weeks we'll have Annabelle's babies, and within a couple weeks we'll have Dolly's babies. So in about a month we're going to have anywhere from 8 to a dozen baby goats, and so we're really looking forward to having baby goats. I swore last year I wasn't going to do it in the winter, and the only reason why I am doing it in the winter this time is because we don't have any goats in milk. So we gotta have babies so that we can have goats and milk. So we decided to do it a little earlier, but we do have these good goat pens that we're gonna get all situated really, really nice for kidding. And I bought a big horse mat that I'm gonna throw into the bottom of the one here on the east side. And that's where we're gonna do the actual births, I think. We'll see. Things change. I always tell you guys stuff and then things change, but we'll keep you posted on all of that. We need to buy a new buck this year. I've bought several new does, but we're getting to a point where I've only been able to use 2 bucks, and then the 1 buck that I'm going to be using, cute little hiccup, he is related to Stoic, so many of my does are already related to Stoic. So I need to be able to get another buck that's not related to anybody so that I can have that change in genetics. So we will be doing that. I think I might go over to the Charm of the Farm. I don't believe they have a YouTube channel, but they do have a place you can follow them on Facebook. And that's where we got Dolly. We got Dolly at the Charm of the Farm. And they sell bucks with blue eyes and that are polled, and so it's kind of where I want to kind of lean in. I love Dolly's udder, and she produces really good milk, and so I wouldn't mind having some more of those genetics in our farm. But we're gonna, having 3 goats and milk right away, and then we've bred Sophie and Maggie, so that means they're going to be having babies in May. That means we'll have 5 goats that we're going to be milking. We're going to have milk going out our ears, so we are going to work on learning how to make different kinds of cheeses. We're going to learn how to make our own soap, and becoming more self-reliant and self-sufficient with our goat products. And I'm looking forward to that. I'm really looking forward to that. So that's where we're sitting right now for our year. Those are the things that I've been thinking of most recently that I need to get done. Dolly is there, not Dolly, but Daisy. There's something going on with her. If you remember when we got her, there was something going on with her teeth sticking out. So I'm going to get her over to the vet, find out what the vet says about her, because she doesn't look as fat and happy as the rest of our goats. And it may be that she's sick, and if that's the case, then I need to get her to the vet, and it may be that we need to put her down. And it makes me sad because she is cute, but she doesn't produce a lot of milk. And I was actually thinking that, you know, if she were healthy, then I would have probably bred her and then sold her as a bred doe to somebody else. Anyway, so we'll keep you posted on that situation, let you know what's going on with Daisy, and we'll have a lot of fun this coming year. Oh, how are you guys doing? How are you goaties doing? Daisy, what's going on? I'm a little worried about Daisy. She keeps standing around with food in her mouth. She doesn't look real good. I need to get her to the vet. But everybody, winter has come in full force. It dropped 8 inches last night, and it's done probably at least another inch today. Our barns seem to be doing okay, especially this one. That one's got a little bit of space, so Daisy kind of hangs out there. But it's beautiful. Thanks for watching. We hope to see you on the next video and hope that your goals for this year will come to fruition. I hope ours do too. I always get discouraged this time of year, and so I'm looking forward to getting some things done and having good experiences. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.